Fala galera, acompanhando a Mascarada BR, estamos aqui com o 13º episódio de Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. A nossa série que eu vou falar pra você, tá pegando fogo, a história tá muito interessante. Sempre novas informações e etc. E hoje eu encontrei um vampiro em Kingdom Come Deliverance, você acredita? Eu tava andando aqui pela cidade de Gutenberg, comecei a invadir umas lojas, achei um porão, nesse porão eu achei um túnel. E nesse túnel, olha só o que eu encontrei aqui, ó. Aqui tem um cara que ele tá com uma estaca no peito, certo? Aqui tá cheio de alho. Só tem um cara com uma estaca no peito, cheio de alho. Aqui, ó, tem um corpo. Parece que tá... que foi sugado o sangue, sei lá, algo do tipo. Entendeu? Então assim, cara... Primeiro vampiro em Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, hein? Quem diria? Aí, ó, vampiro aí, ó. E diz que não é um vampiro, ó. Nosferato aí, ó. O cara com a estaca no peito. Um monte de alho aqui. E aqui tem um corpo que parece estar sem sangue, né? Então é isso aí, cara. É vampirão aí, ó. O vampirão aí. Certo? Bom, vou continuar fazendo o que eu tava fazendo. Antes de eu ir pra missão principal. Eu tava luteando aqui. Só preciso achar o local certo. Aonde eu estava, mano. Não era aqui. Deixa eu arrombar isso aqui. Pera aí. Eu tô subindo muito, muito rápido de arrombamento. Olha só, nível difícil, ó. Aí eu tô conseguindo já destrancar nível difícil já. Quanto mais a gente arromba, mais fácil vai ficando, né? Mas não era aqui que eu queria vir. Só ir abrindo aqui umas coisas. Olha como o nível difícil tá já bem fácil, ó. Tem erro, tá vendo? Só que aqui não tem nada de interessante, não. Essa loja aqui parece ser uma taverna. Provavelmente tem uma taverna aqui em cima, né? Exatamente. Não é aqui que eu quero ir. Tem outro lugar muito melhor. Vou sair daqui. Sempre feche as portas que eles vão investigando, né? Já que eles vão investigar o baú, vai ver o negócio faltando lá. Cara, o jogo tá fantástico. Tem várias missões secundárias muito boas. Secundárias muito boas. E a jogabilidade tá muito legal. Principalmente essa parte stealth de invadir as casas de noite e tal. É um desafio gostoso. E também não era esse tipo de porta aqui, não. Deixa eu ver que loja seria essa daqui. Vai que... Mas depois eu tenho que... achar a que eu quero, que vai ter um negócio da hora de missão lá. Abrir mais outro nível difícil. A gente praticamente não erra mais nenhum nível difícil, né? Praticamente. Outra taverna? Não acredito. Parece que todas as tavernas estão interligadas, mano. Não é possível. É a mesma? Não é a mesma. Será que deu a volta e não é possível? Agora eu tô achando que é a mesma, hein? Peguei na mesma. Pera aí. Loucura. Pra lá deve ser o vampiro, né? Força 27. O nível máximo deste segundo jogo é nível 30. O primeiro, ele era no nível 20, né? Um corpo aqui embaixo. O cara foi com a adaga bem no coração. Contrabandista. 30 moedinhas e mais nada de bom, né? Tá. Cara, não tô achando a entrada da lojinha, do negócio. Eu me lembro que eu tinha vindo aqui. Peguei os negócios, eu lembro disso. Vim pra cá de novo. Estranho. Foi daqui que eu vim, não foi? Corpo. É, eu passei por esse corpo. Não desci naquele negócio que eu me lembre. Tá. Eu acho que eu virei... Então deve ser aqui, deixa eu ver. Uma porta de madeira. Porta de metal. Não era aqui. Era uma porta de madeira, se eu estiver enganado. Só que aqui eu vou sair lá no Vampiro, não é? É. Caraca, bicho. Não é possível, cara. Certeza absoluta, eu passei por aqui. Tá, vamos pra cá então. Ó a porta de madeira ali, talvez seja aqui mesmo. Já achei. Nível médio. Bem fácil. Eu acho que a gásua referente ao primeiro jogo tá muito mais fácil no segundo. Bem mais fácil. Ó, realmente é aqui. Aqui vai ter um loot bem diferenciado. Que é o seguinte. Vê, ó. Isso aqui é muito difícil, cara. Mas deixa eu ver. Não vai dar, não.
Damn.
Pera aí. Antes de abrir isso aqui, deixa eu subir um pouquinho mais de nível. Acho que tem outros baús aqui. Ó, outro nível difícil aqui. Lá era muito difícil, né? Então... Aqui, ó. Vou pegar só o que for valioso. Porque ficar também juntando um monte de coisa não... Não compensa, né? Ó, aqui tem um vestido de noiva ensanguentado. Ele tá com aquele símbolo atrás, com um solzinho, que indica que é item de missão, né?
God.
Olha lá.
Wedding dress. And with old dried bloodstains. Crime or tragedy? Tough to say.
É um item de missão. Esse aqui é um lugar que eu não... Ai, caraca. É de dia e tem uma mulher bem ali. Eu preciso tentar de noite. Tá, vou tentar mais uma vez aqui. Ver se tem algum nível pra distribuir aqui. Jogador. Habilidades. Aqui, ó, roubo. Vamos colocar a habilidade de mestre ladrão. Isso fica um pouco mais fácil isso aqui. Tô com 6 gases. 6 gases. Vamos com 6 gases. Vai. Ai, cara, não vai dar assim.
Sacra. Damn.
Acredito que eu não vou conseguir abrir isso aqui. Fazer tirar uma prova real aqui. Eu acho que se eu fechar, se eu fechar e abrir de novo, ele aponta em outro lugar, ó. Só que tá apontando no meio, tá vendo? O legal é quando fica assim, ó, encostado em algum ponto de referência. Deixa eu tentar fazer um... roubar aqui. Vamos roubar um pouquinho. Ó, ponto de referência bem na esquina ali, ó. Ó. Segue a dica do pai aí, ó. Eu falo e não consigo, né? Consegui, falei? Segue a dica do pai, meu compadre, ó. E aqui tem um monte de comida e tem um livro, 229 de moedas, um dado, insígnia de ouro, insígnia de prata e tem essa estatueta aqui, ó, pintada antiga. E é item de missão também. Então se eu pegar uma missão, eu já vou estar com o item, né?
A damaged statuette of St. Mary Magdalene. Certainly stolen. That's supposed to be in a church, not here.
Então viu como a dica aí, ó, já fica a dica já. Você quer abrir um baú muito difícil, vai colocando e fechando até ficar num ponto de referência mais fácil, né? Bom, vamos embora daqui então. Fazer a missão principal. Acho que eu já lutei legal, né? Deixa eu descer aqui, não sei o que tem aqui embaixo. Bora. Essas cavernas aqui em Gutenberg, mano, é muito boa, que sempre leva pra uma loja. E dá pra lutear muito. Eu tô com muito dinheiro porque eu andei roubando demais, cara. As casas aqui.
It must have been left over from the smugglers.
Eu roubei muita casa. Ó, shreps. Tem shreps aqui, mano. Agora pra qual lado, né? Ver se eu consigo colocar o patinho em X3 aqui rapidão. Peguei um patinho. Peguei dois patinhos. Aí. Muito bom. Hoje eu tava vendo um vídeo daquele canal Adrenalina. Eu não gosto muito daqueles caras não, mas... era um vídeo falando sobre a questão de gerar quadros. Tanto com o patinho como o DLSS 4, né? O cara fez um comparativo lá da tecnologia da Nvidia junto, comparando com o patinho. E a Nvidia ganhou por 3-2. Então você comprar uma 50 da série 50 e comprar o patinho, vale a pena o patinho, né? Caraca, onde que vai dar isso aqui, mano? Peguei um caminho muito louco aqui, hein? Não esqueça de deixar o like para poder ajudar o canal. A gente tá fazendo aqui uma série completa de Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Tô tentando sair da caverna agora, lógico. Sair de uma forma que... eu aproveite e descubra mais alguma coisa, né? Ó, saí. Não sei, acho que vai dar isso aqui, mano. Na realidade eu tô fora de Gutenberg, né? Ó. Um lugarzinho nada a ver. Leva todas as lojas de Gutenberg se você seguir as cavernas ali, né? Bom, eu tô pesado. E olha que eu coloquei o X10 lá do peso, né? Mas tudo bem. Vou ver quanto de peso. Tô com 100 de peso a mais. Eu preciso vender algumas coisas e também... fazer a missão. Deixa eu ver se tem um ferreiro lá do outro lado. Longe pra caramba. Pra vender umas coisas ali, né? Vamos lá. Se quiser mandar um comentário, pode mandar, porque eu vou ler o seu comentário. Coloquei também aí o Live Pix com as vozes engraçadas, se você quiser mandar a sua mensagem. E também tem o nosso Discord, se você quiser participar do nosso Discord. Só que eu recomendo você participar do Discord se você for um cara de boa, não ligar pra tretas. Dito isso, o Kingdom Come tá maravilhoso. Hoje nós fizemos um bom adianto, né? Na outra live que a gente fez mais cedo, de manhã. Adiantamos bem a história principal. E agora a gente tem que ir pra se infiltrar numa reunião do Sigismundo, mano. Só vou vender umas coisas que ele viu ao peso e a gente vai atrás dessa reunião aí. Tem que encontrar só o ferreiro aqui.
Greetings. What do you... Would you repair a few things?
Ele só tem pra consertar, não tem pra comprar. Por quê? Caraca, eu vim aqui à toa, mano. Vou ter que jogar alguma coisa fora, né? Alguma coisa pesada que não tenha valor. Ó, 25 moedas esse aqui pra jogar fora esse aqui. Coisas pesadas sem valor. 7 quilos aqui de tocha. O que eu fiz? Joguei fora? Ah, tô passando cavalo. Entendi. Já já eu fico leve, então. Vê se tá leve já. Tá, beleza. Então vamos fazer o seguinte. Deixa eu abrir o mapa aqui. Ó, a reunião é ali, ó. Descubra como chegar no Conselho Municipal com o mestre Vavak. Vou fazer uma viagem rápida pra cá e a gente vai caminhando pra ali. Bora. Muito obrigado pelo seu like, hein? E vamos. Vou falar com o Vavak. É de Vavak? É de Vavak? É de Vavak, Vavak, Vacarinho. É de Vavak. Bom dia, bom dia. Bom dia. Bom dia, bom dia. Vamos falar com o Vavak aqui, intimar o cara.
Glad to see you again.
You have the gall to show me your face again? I'll call the guards.
Hold your horses. I'll come in peace. Actually, I have a little offer for you.
You've come to blackmail me again?
Call it what you like. I need to get into the City Council Assembly. And I reckon you can help me.
The assembly? The one King Sigismund is supposed to attend in person?
No, Sigismund's just a usurper. Wenceslas is the only true Bohemian king.
Singing Ruthard's song, eh? I might have known. Speak then. What do you want? And tell the truth.
That's none of your concern.
Oh, really? Then about face and go back where you came from.
Have you forgotten I have you over a barrel? If you want to keep your position and your head on your shoulders, you better shape up.
All right, all right. Maybe we can make a deal. If I get you into the council, you'll behave appropriately and you won't betray yourself, or especially me. And that will be the end of our business together.
Tá bom.
All right. That seems like a fair deal.
You can get into the council assembly relatively easily. My cook's son will be serving there. He's roughly around your age. Maybe he can be persuaded to let you stand in for him. Although, not everyone would want to give up an opportunity to serve the King of Hungary.
Who's this boy?
Franta's his name. Franta Cooldown.
Fanta, o
He's
nome
an
dele é Fanta.
idler and a boozer, but he's proved his worth as a waiter. Which reminds me, you'll need his letter of permission to serve in the council. Otherwise, you won't be let inside.
Tá, a gente vai entrar então na reunião que o Sugismundo vai estar. E a gente vai entrar disfarçado de cozinheiro, mano. E o Silver, salve, obrigado pela presença, mano. Tamo junto eu e... Só não jogue a Void, por favor, não faça isso.
What will I need to work as a waiter there?
Fast feet and good manners. And the livery of a royal waiter.
Excuse me?
Or do you think you can serve the king in a torn shirt and muddy hose?
Well, no. But I never heard about any livery before.
Our usual waiter had a brand new livery made specially for meeting the king. Don't even show up there without it.
Where can I find the cook's boy?
He's supposed to pick up his new clothes at the market today from Master Tailor Schneider. You'll almost certainly run into him there. That is, if he's up and about after his boozing bout. I swear that fellow practically lives at that Tin Hen.
At the what?
That German alehouse, the Iron Eagle. That is zum Eisernen Adler.
What would work on him? How can I persuade him to give me his job?
Would you like me to give you a letter for him? I told you how to get to the assembly. Now do your part.
I'll be going then. See you at the council.
Just make sure we both come.
Bom, descobrimos como entrar lá então, no concílio. Obtenha o certificado de garçom rei no C. Obtenha as roupas. Bora pegar a roupa logo. E o Silvio, vou jogar escondido. Ih, rapaz. E o Silvio vai jogar escondido a Void, né? Vai escolher a menininha. Eludelo. Escolher um Eludelo, boneco lá, né? Tá ligado, mano. Você vai fazer o personagem Eludelo lá. Não me engana, não. Vai tá marcando bem aqui no meio da praça. Ah, é pra cá. Pera aí. Vai. Vai.
Keep close to the others. It's not safe here.
Vai. E tem as roupas. Eu não tô de noite procurando ele, era pra estar aqui. Tem uma área da feira. Ah, tá, entendi. Tá, fez sentido agora. Bora procurar o pilantra. Bom, tem uma loja de roupa, eu acho que aqui desse lado. Exatamente. Mas o cara não tá aqui. Sacanagem isso. E o Silvio, e a diretora do Dragon Age que vai trabalhar no Baldur's Gate 4? Faz o L. Não existe nada tão ruim que não possa ficar pior. Eu só sinto muito pelos fãs de Baldur's Gate. Ainda bem que eu não sou fã de Baldur's Gate. Mais uma saga pra eles destruírem. Mais uma IP pra eles destruírem, né? Incansáveis. Ele pula de um galho em galho, vai destruindo as coisas. De galho em galho para destruir. Parece que o desenvolvedor aqui falou que não ia ter um Kingdom Come Deliverance 3, né? Então não corre o risco deles destruir, né? Já que não vai fazer. Não vai ter continuação aparentemente. Mano, o cara não tá aqui, mano. Sei lá, mano. Tá. Vou pegar outra coisa lá, sei lá, mano. Como é que eu vou fazer isso aqui? Tá zoado isso aqui. Vamos lá no C então. E o Silvio, Baldur's Gate já era ruim, agora parece que continuou do jeito que estava. Ruim. Piorou.
Keep close to the others.
Piorou aquilo que já era piorável. Piorável,
Careful.
piorou. Caraca, mano, tá trancado por quê? Aí. Já que eu vou destrancar isso aqui, vai aparecer alguém, quer ver? Sempre é assim. Posta.
I heard something.
Olha o pranto aqui, ó. Pronto.
You must be Franta Cooldown.
I am. And who might you be?
I'm Henry. I heard you're supposed to serve at the City Council Assembly.
I am. What's it to you?
Will Silver. Com o mapa desse tamanho, dá pra fazer várias DLCs. Você tá falando de qual? Desse aqui do Kingdom Come? Dá pra ter mesmo, já tem 3 confirmadas já, né? Mas depois eu não sei. Eu acho que só vai ser as 3 só, eu acho. Porque o primeiro jogo foi 3 também. E eles estão seguindo mais ou menos a mesma pegada. Se o jogo batesse mais recordes de players simultâneo, talvez empolgaria eles mais, né? Eu vi o desenvolvedor comentando que gostaria que o Kingdom Come batesse Starfield. Starfield bateu 330, né? E o Kingdom Come tá com 256. Eu não sei se vai aumentar. Eu não sinto que ele vai aumentar mais que isso. É um jogaço. Pra mim é melhor que Starfield, mas...
Supposing I took the job on for you. You can put your feet up, fill your belly.
Look here. It's not like I'm all that keen on it, but it's well paid. Them councillors stuffing their faces and guzzling wine while I run around like a bugger with pictures. Why would you want to stick your nose in there?
Vou tentar esse médio aqui.
I just have to get in there, understand? I have an important message for the king about a plot against him.
But why would you want to get to him as a waiter?
But it could be that someone from the council is mixed up in it, so I have to be incognito. See?
I see. All right then. To begin with, you'll need confirmation that you've worked as a waiter at the council. Look here. Do you have any idea what's expected of you?
Of course. Who do you take me for?
All right. No need to get upset. Show the confirmation to the head butler. Tell him I sent you and think...
That makes sense.
And you'll need a waiter's livery. I had a brand new one. Here it is. I look like a prick in it. Hopefully it'll sit better on you. The main thing is, don't lose it before the...
Thanks. I won't disgrace you, I promise.
You better not. God be with you, good sir.
Peguei a roupinha, falei com o cara, convenci o cara. Falta o que agora? Só entrar na Assembleia? O que falta? É só entrar na Assembleia agora, né? A gente vai se infiltrar, mano, na festa do Sigismundo. Mano, não é pouca bosta não. É aqui, né? É aqui? Will Silver. Mas foi só na Steam, né? Contar console, acho que passa de 200. Ah, não. Isso aí com certeza, né? Mas Starfield foi Day One em Game Pass também, né? Então. Mas tem isso, né? Starfield, se não fosse Game Pass, provavelmente deveria ter batido uns 500 mil na Steam, né? A galera foi tudo pro Game Pass, né? Mas eles querem bater a marca dos 330, né? Seria interessante para eles. Aqui tem um bug, ó, de sombra, ó. É um dos primeiros bugs internos que eu vi. Eu não sei se realmente aqui tá marcando pra lá, parece. Deixa eu ver aqui. Eu tenho que falar com esse cara aqui.
Franta Cooldown sent me.
Franta's not coming.
He got poisoned. Probably from food. He's writhing in agony. By turns praying and cursing.
Oh, that's enough. All right. At least you're here. We can't be without a waiter here when the king... So, let's have a look at... Have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure.
Everything's in order. You know a good waiter by his properly seated cap. And you don't have one. Without a tunic, you're no royal waiter, just a And have you forgotten your hose? It's a good thing you've got no steel on you. You need to be light on your feet to run around. The royal waiter's livery has strict rules. So get changed quick and come...
Ah, eu tenho que vestir a roupa. Preciso de vestir a roupa, né? Chapeuzinho. Roupinha. E... calça, né? Cadê a calça? É a calça. Muito bom.
Here I am. Let's have a look at you then. You've got a waiter's cap, a tunic you have. It's a good thing you've got no steel on you. You need to be light on your feet to run around to everything as it should be. Do you know what your duties are? For an inexperienced greenhorn like you...
I'm no greenhorn. I have plenty of experience. Not long ago, I poured wine...
Oh, I see. But allow me to give you one piece of advice. Sir Adam of Zarjitz will be among the guests. Don't pour wine for him. Otherwise he'll get drunk and disgrace us all in front. And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes. But only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses. Understood?
Absolutely. I'm a waiter after all.
Correct. And if you manage not to botch it up, you can even rise on the social ladder. Not just any, but you'll manage it.
I know everything I need to. I can do it.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a
Eu
lighter
vou ter que
load.
entrar sem
You
minhas
can wait
coisas. Eu
in
não
the
gosto de andar sem
cubbyhole for
minhas
the
coisas.
servants.
Olha lá, vai começar a festinha do Sugismundo. Começou. Cadê o Sugismundo? Ó, o pilantra tá aqui. Esse cara aqui me conhece, mano. Ele sabe que eu não sou garçom.
Army was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any räuber in the domain?
Hey,
Cara, tem monte de pilantra aí.
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick, the Dry Devil, used that thing. That Hackenbücher.
I apologize,
Hand
sir.
cannon. Can
Which
you believe it?
Tokai,
Why did they get them?
are you deaf? You're the one who should know where they got them.
Traje
Since you're a
branco.
gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them.
Caraca, como que
Now
você
go.
viu o cara aqui, mano?
It is eine Schande when
Simulador de
outlaws
garçom aqui não é
have
comigo,
better
não.
weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this
Are
too.
you deaf or something? Why? What is it,
What?
Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize what Schwierigkeiten this is. The Dry Devil is running free. There are
Are you
Raubringer
deaf or
everywhere in the
Why?
region. We have the army bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight, exactly? The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with protection, isn't he?
Der König
Caramba.
and his army will not be here forever.
Shut up! The king can arrive at any moment. What if he heard you?
What then? We're sitting
I'd like
atop
some
the
monastery
biggest
wine.
silver
Refill my
heap
cup,
in the
boy.
kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with
Que negócio
brooms?
difícil, cara.
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies, nicht wahr?
Monastery wine.
We are more
Here.
than familiar with the yeomanly state of our armory. And
I
the
apologize,
king is
sir.
surely aware of it as
Which
well.
wine?
Maybe
Monastery
if he
red.
waived some of the taxes?
Pinto.
The king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the
Carinho.
city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubringer to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order
Monastery
to the realm
wine,
with his
here.
army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up,
I'm afraid I see
Não era esse cara que eu não podia... Tinha um cara que não era pra mim...
We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind.
This
Vielleicht.
is unbelievable.
Acho que é aquele cara ali
I'd
mesmo.
like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city
Ele
and
falou, ó,
the
não
state
dá
of
vinho pro
public
cara não,
baths.
porque ele vai ficar bêbado e...
Waiter, get me white.
Isn't it the same thing?
So, the cleanliness of the city is not what it should be. The current baths in the city fall
Hey,
far
where's
short
my
of
white?
covering all the citizens' needs.
You're right, Jerome. But a woman named Betty has showed up on Hubbrink and wants to repair the baths that used to be there.
She's a protege of Maresh.
Como é que eu faço
Efforts
pra...
are commendable, but I
Hey,
don't
where's
think
my
she'll
white?
succeed. It takes a firm hand, not soft, feminine
Caramba,
fingers.
vai dar muito
A
ruim isso.
moment ago, you were complaining there
Cara, não
weren't
posso-
enough baths. Shouldn't we support her?
Something like this is better handled by trustworthy people.
This is unbelievable.
Like my friend, bathhouse proprietor Adam. The need for cleanliness and citizens' health should not be
Teve o café
underestimated.
Johnny Smith.
You're
Cadê Johnny Smith?
If someone needs to
Simulador
walk,
de
there's a
empregado
river
aqui,
just
mano.
a few steps from the city walls.
More wine,
Certainly.
Master Bailiff.
And they can get leeches there for free as well. And while he's there, a man can shave and take a you-know-what.
So
I'm
what?
sorry.
Going to the
I wasn't
baths is
paying
neither a
attention.
civic duty nor a right.
Have you forgotten the Black Death?
I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief. She thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me who the item belongs to.
And what is it?
Silver goblet. She sneaked into Sir Ulrich's house and stole it. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, he'll turn the city upside down to find the culprit. Go and get it. And don't you make a mess there, understand?
Certainly, sir.
Come back with it straight away.
Then rubbish. The least we can do for the citizens is to provide them with a place to wash up.
What nonsense! Next, you want me to serve wine to everyone for free.
Cálice de prata.
Why not? In Jerome Nas's earthly paradise, everything would be free.
Nice.
Don't put words in my mouth.
New silver might just be.
Gentlemen, let's agree to disagree. What if the king heard us?
Tá. Aparentemente não tem mais nada valioso aqui.
So, did you find...
I did, but
Not so loud. And now go back to your job.
I got word that
Tá,
Rutard has pulled
ajudei
off
alguém,
another
né?
deed.
Aquela porcaria dessa reunião só vai começar quando provavelmente eu ajudar um monte de
Never
gente
accept
aqui.
that the city isn't run his way, at least until His Majesty honors us with his visit. And as we know, Gunslin absolutely hates him.
He can hate all he wants, as long as he does no damage.
the full cup.
Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not
Why?
sure what you're implying.
I'll be right back.
I'm speaking about the Rutard
I apologise,
incident.
sir.
You were there, weren't
sorry?
you?
To Kai.
That's
the white.
just a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
Bugou o
My
comando aqui,
ears
mano.
must be deceiving me. Are you defending Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
Caraca,
What
bugou o
happened
bagulho.
there? Leave nothing out.
Where's my
I
white?
don't like Rutard, true, but in this case it really was nothing.
Everyone in the city gossiped about it. I heard there were several dead.
Did you? That's grossly exaggerated.
Hey,
I don't
where's
think
my
Rutard
white?
will cause any trouble. He is sensible
Sir?
enough not to draw attention to himself while the king is here.
Well, that's true.
Thank the Lord.
Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him, and soon.
Unless he puts an end to us first.
like some white.
Knows what he wants to tell us.
If
Tem
nothing
alguém gritando ali, eu quero
happened,
vinho
there's no
branco.
point in dwelling on it.
Ver quem foi.
Let's move on.
I'm sorry, Andreas, but I wouldn't brush it off so quickly. Why do
I
I have the
apologize,
feeling
sir.
you're not telling us the
Which
whole
one?
truth?
Tokai!
Are you accusing
That's
me
the
of
white.
lying?
Good, sir.
Those are strong words, my friend. Nobody said anything like that.
Thank you,
did they?
waiter. Then why doesn't he tell us what really happened?
I'm not keeping anything from you, but there's little truth
Cara, a
to
reunião
the
não começa e eu
rumors
fico servindo vinho pra todo
circulating around the
mundo.
town. Yes,
Simulador de
Richard and
escravinho.
I had a little disagreement, but we ended it quickly because his daughter wanted to get involved. I didn't want to expose the girl to any unpleasant sights.
So Rutard is hiding behind his own daughter's skirts.
As if it wasn't enough that he sent his son to die defending the city.
All right. If we really don't have anything new to say, let's turn the page.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. If we tolerate this, the rabble in the city will go wild and do whatever they want. I suspect the gentleman from the city's sword fighting school brought this custom to us. It's
cara
now
acusando os
run
caras-
by a
os
German
espadachim.
Menhart. Who knows who that fellow is?
Don't be ridiculous,
Ulrich.
Forsucker. You act like you've never been in a fight yourself. And to accuse a swordsmaster without a
I
shred of
apologize,
proof.
sir.
We're
Which
not some
one?
old
Are you
fishwives
colorblind?
on the place.
White!
So you will just leave it be?
Proven offences
Sir?
are punished by the bailiff. And that's that. There are
Don't
more
hang
pressing
around me.
matters to deal
Vanish, you hear me?
More pressing than the open contempt of the whole town garrison. The guards are apparently
boy,
settling accounts
word.
their own way. We'll soon be the laughing stock of the whole town.
You can rest assured the whole town is already laughing at us all day long.
Everything in order?
So what?
Not
if they
quite.
have one more reason.
But I think you might be able to help
My
me.
words.
What can I help you with, sir?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now. But if you disappear for a little while,
Everyone who complains over a beer,
All right.
I'd be out of customers.
I'll get them.
I knew I could count on you. While you're at it,
Like this.
count how many figures on the mural have wings.
But why?
Because I'm bored, and because I told you. Get on with it.
Caraca, mano, os caras tá pisando em mim, mano. Nossa. Viu, Silvio? Acho que tá chegando a hora de fazer um curso de inglês. Tá? F, jogar esses jogos legendar.
That was easy enough. And he wanted me to count the winged figures.
Quantos bichos de asa tem aqui, ó? Pera aí. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 21. Será que eu errei os cálculos? 21.
So, let's see what you've got for me.
I found your gloves, sir.
Really? Let's see them. And did you count those winged figures?
Existem... Caramba, 24?
I counted 24, sir.
And you counted correct. Good. Here you
O
are.
mais
So
próximo
you
do
can have a
21.
bit of fun in the evening too, eh?
Olha, ele me deu ele me deu uma moeda.
The building of the church is dragging on,
Ah,
and in the
nice.
meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers.
You there,
Right
lad.
under our noses.
A cup of bread.
Just the village with the
Don't
monastery.
you skip
And they are
on me.
going to mock a royal mining city. Why can't we build faster?
I apologize, sir.
Hire more craftsmen,
Which one?
start with night shifts.
Monastery red.
Are the experts from far off supposed to work in a city under siege?
Besides, I get the feeling there's something other than the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Oh, you do? Do you? And what would that be?
Like, for instance, that you'd like to have your own altar there?
So what if I would?
Hold your horses, gentlemen. That space in the side nave is mine.
Then hell freezes over, my friend. Your
Já
place
serviu
is at least two
mano.
steps behind mine.
A swordsmith dares to insult me? Ha!
Hey, boy.
I think
A
not.
full cup of monastery
Excuse me.
wine.
You
Quem tá me
wanted to
chamando?
buy yourself an altar
Você?
in the cathedral.
I apologize,
Just like
sir.
you bought yourself a seat
Which
in this
one?
council.
Monastery
How dare
red.
I acquired my seat for the services our guild provided and still provides to the crown.
Well, I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army. If that's all they have, there would be of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Obrink.
What?
Sir?
Ne'er-do-wells.
Those wrestlers of theirs, of course.
Good.
People from
Now
the
run along.
town go to watch them brawl.
Oh, this is news to me.
Because it has
Ah,
all
esse tipo tem
been
estúdios que
sorted
cagam.
out.
É verdade, mano.
Not long ago,
Que
the
legendada,
guards
mas tá meio
raided
tanto de
and threw
fala
them
que tem
all
aqui.
Ah, yes, I had forgotten.
Eu sou a favor deles adotarem sempre IA, né, pra fazer dublagem. Ele é muito mais barato pra eles, é muito mais rápido e muito
You
mais
there,
fácil.
lad, a cup of red, and don't you skimp on me.
Alguém tá pedindo tinto. Quem tá pedindo tinto?
Come now, waiter. I wanted red.
Ai, caramba. Não posso... Ah, deixa eu ver aqui. Cadê o cara,
Come
mano?
now, waiter. I wanted red.
Sir?
Thank you, waiter.
Aí, até que enfim. Tava na hora, hein? Cutscene.
I'm telling you, something is being planned. Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
Olha o Surgismundo. É culpa desse vagabundo. Nossa, o careca também tá aí, mano. Bora, Henry, se mexe, mano. Ficou com as pernas tremendo.
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
Like this plan of falls!
Naquele momento, na fortaleza de Orobash. Tá todo mundo lá. Liechtenstein. Zisches. Padre Goldwyn.
Come now, Father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. What do you plan to do now you're a free man again?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose and a head like a church bell.
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed to be deciding the future of the kingdom here?
I'll leave that to the older and wiser. And duller.
Do you know any of the guests here?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. It's a pretty varied company. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here. It's like the start of some joke.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say? The Gutenberg rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they're keeping mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spiritual man too, so you should have something in common.
I wouldn't be too sure. But I suppose I can try. Who's that French fellow you brought here from Malashov?
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere, knows everything, and has the keys to half the kingdom. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth, but a harmless one. Besides, he defended Gutenberg, and you know how that went. If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
Dear me. I'd rather creep off into some corner with a full wineskin. But I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the rest of the guests, eh?
Indeed you should. After all, you are one of the lords of Rabosh.
Oh, don't start with that. I'd like to steer clear of the old man as long as I can.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually planning.
A gente vai controlar aqui o Padre Godwin. Mais uma vez, né? No início do jogo a gente fez a mesma coisa. Na realidade, a primeira coisa, o primeiro que a gente controlou no início, foi o Padre Godwin. O Gisca já tá caindo já. Gisca. Gisca. Olha quem tá aqui escondido num canto. O cara não tinha que estar no centro de tudo. Ele é o mais importante de todos aqui. Aqui são os rabinos. Vou falar com o francês mesmo. Né? Pra que isso, né? Mas tudo bem. E o Silver? A IA salvaria muito, mas tem esses dubladores chorão que não aceitam que a IA é o futuro. Eu totalmente a favor, mano, da IA. Totalmente. Mas eles ficam chorando, né? Querendo fazer greve, que faça, né? Porque assim, cara, as empresas, ela tem a faca e o queijo na mão. Os dubladores vão fazer o que, mano? Fazer greve? Tem a IA, faz greve, fica assim. Aí que os caras caem de cabeça na IA mesmo, né? Então, não tem o que fazer, cara. Não tem o que fazer. O que os dubladores vão fazer? Vai recorrer aos direitos humanos, aqueles órgãos chorão, lacradores que ficam defendendo as minorias, né? Mas não tem como, cara. Tem como frear a IA, não. Alta carga de GPU. Desabilite os efeitos e feche o aplicativo. GPU aqui tá peidando. Porque eu tô usando o broadcast, que é da NVIDIA, né? Ou seja, a NVIDIA já tá pegando uma parte pra poder colocar no broadcast. NVIDIA tá aqui, tá no patinho, tá em tudo quanto é canto, mano. A NVIDIA aqui tá peidando, cara.
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin, a friend of that lad you arrived with, Henry. We don't know each other.
Baron Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo, the last of my line. I am a warrior, a traveler, a strategist, and also, à ma manière, a poet.
My word. Isn't that exhausting?
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new friend.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. I knew right away we'd hit it off.
Não quero falar com esses caras não, mano. Aí, só vou falar o básico, só porque é conversa fiada, né? Perder de tempo.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians representatives of your community. I'm Godwin. My greetings to you.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest here, and yet...
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell. After all, we have much in common. And we are both a little on unfamiliar ground here. I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical court in the sacred community of Gutenberg. And this is Samuel,
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see everyone is staring at us?
Because we all need to help each other in this time of need. And why would they not stare when you are frowning so?
Are you here to arrange some trade?
We have more serious matters to attend to here. The situation in the town and the kingdom is unsustainable. You have men and weapons. We have the means.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver what we brought to the Margrave and quickly...
Everything in good time, Samuel.
Did you come to lend money to the lords?
Not to lend, but to give. Help given to the needy is repaid only by...
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have paid mercenaries ourselves.
You remind me of my young friend Henry. He's a bit of a hothead.
Henry? That messenger of Radzik Copula?
You know each other. You're both around the same age.
That would be him. But we did not get off to a very good start.
I reckon the two of you would hit it off. For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. It's not so he was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world risking...
Wait, a blacksmith, you say? From Scarlet's?
Aye, that's right. Did you know anyone there?
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the name of Martin.
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this world. For our numerous sins.
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one. Ma raised me on her own.
And that was all for the best.
Why? He should have taken care of me, but instead he fathered another bastard.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children. At least, none of his own. He took in Henry and raised him as his own on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Sir Radzik Kobila, Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20 other Mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him, just like yours did to you.
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry only found out about it recently.
Enough. I'd rather have a drink.
O cara
Will you
é
have
filho
one
do
too,
Martin,
Sadie?
mano. Que
For
novela
that,
brava.
there will be more suitable times.
Novela brava.
L'chaim.
De certa forma são irmãos, né? De certa forma. Ele e o Henry, né? Caraca, bicho. Muita informação no meu cérebro.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. Of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try.
Tô travando aqui, a GPU tá peidando.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours. Could it have gone any other way when there's so many of us here?
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of...
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know that?
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me at today's gathering.
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask something of you.
Cara, você viu que ele quis falar sobre o pai do Golden? Eu acho que o pai do Goldwyn era importante. Alguma coisa me diz. É muita novela. Acabamos de descobrir que o Martin, o pai do Henry, o ferreiro, tem um filho. Agora o Golden parece que tem um pai famoso. Não sei. É muita informação nessa reunião, mano. Muitas revelações. Porra, Kraus, também tô jogando Kingdom. Bom demais, cê é louco. Todo mundo que tá jogando tá elogiando demais, cara. As pessoas que não deram a chance tá perdendo, né? Tá perdendo a chance de jogar um jogo fantástico.
It depends what it's all about.
A little delicate diplomacy. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain shortcomings.
That's a weak word.
And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council. But I have an idea how to change that.
Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the ones who want peace.
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, as Jobst proposes, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
If Sigismund decides to mount an attack on the camp, it'd be a massacre.
Ah, but it won't. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's running out of resources. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves, but he won't engage in equal force on the battlefield.
But he can't retreat either. That would be a disgrace.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by events there. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We've already set the ground for it. We just need negotiators who will push the right people in the right direction.
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst?
More like in parallel, but without his knowledge. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea, we'll all win.
Why are you doing all this anyway?
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths. And also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
I'll help you. What exactly should I do?
I'll give you 3 names. Bocek of Kunstadt, Hamann Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our side, we've won the day. Meanwhile,
Peraí, tá travando tudo aqui, cara. Vai crashar. O patinho já morreu aqui.
Why me, of all people?
Because you've got a head on your shoulders. You know how to talk, and you're not just out for your own good. You and your friend Henry are similar in that respect. That's why I know I can count on you both. There aren't many like you two left.
What if it doesn't work?
I refuse to even consider that outcome, because it would mean slow but certain defeat for all of us.
Tell me a bit more about those people, so I know who I'm dealing with.
Certainly. Who do you want to start with?
Bocek of Kunstadt. I know the name, but I can't quite place him.
That's just the thing. He's got massive estates, great influence, but he holds back. He doesn't play the big game, because he doesn't like to take risks. He always goes for the sure thing. But once he's made his mind up, not even a pair of oxen will hold him back.
Alder the Alderman. Wasn't he a Kuttenberg councillor?
He still is. The only one who retained his position after the city was taken. Only he's here, instead of cozying up with Sigismund in Kuttenberg. So his days in the council are numbered. But he'll continue to have a strong influence on the guilds and the rich burghers. And that's why we need him.
Anna of Waldstein. The widow of that rich mine owner. What was his name?
Wenzel Bartosz. And I'm not surprised you forgot.
I was quite surprised to see her here. Assemblies like this are more of
a male affair? So far, Godwin, so far. Anna is holding back and behaving like an exemplary young widow. But don't trust appearances. She's got claws, she knows how to do her sums, and she certainly has no love lost for Sigismund.
And what use can she be to us? Apart from her late husband's money, of course.
She's as sharp as they come when it comes to trade. And she knows a thing or two about diplomacy. There are wicked tongues that claim Bartosz acquired most of his wealth thanks to her, and that it was thanks to her that he died, too.
I'll get on it then. Wish me luck.
I wish us both luck. Before the day is over, the die will be cast.
Success to our plans.
Acho legal os caras tirando as taças de vinho do bolso, né, mano? Bom, temos 3 missões aí, falar com 3 pessoas. É hora da diplomacia, né?
I'll tell you, nobody has the likes of these.
Tomar um gole aqui.
Not even Bocek?
Not even Bocek, and he's a great lord.
That's hard to believe.
Martin likes to exaggerate.
Prohan Kraus, como é que não toma spoiler, mano? Nós estamos no 13º episódio da história.
Nags? What nags? These are the best thoroughbreds east of Prague.
I'd like to check your horses out and see if they're as good as you say.
Pah, even better. But you won't believe it until you see for yourself.
And you might not believe your eyes when you do see them. Well, well, we have a new guest.
I wanted to...
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it by your leave. Or to harass my guests some more?
I want to have a word with Older.
Well, I'm having a word with you.
I apologize, Father.
For interrupting our conversation? Or just for being you?
Is that your...
Unfortunately. Speak up then. What are you doing here?
Poxa, parece que os dois têm a mesma idade. O Golden chamou ele de pai, mano. Mas o Golden é velho pra caramba, cara. Como é que é filho do cara ali? Até parece que o Golden é mais velho que o outro.
We'll talk later and in private. Right now we have more important things to attend to.
Don't try my patience.
Why so strict, Martin?
20 years ago, he was nothing but a cheeky brat, only interested in wenches and booze. I got him a place at the Archbishopric to have some sense beaten into his head. Only it wasn't long before they kicked him out. And then I find out he's settled in some backwater parish in Sassau. But he took his boozing and whoring along with him, lost everything, and then came creeping home again. Huh?
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you in the outer courtyard.
You have the impertinence to show me your face after the way you disgraced our whole family?
Essas brigas de família que tá embaçado.
I wouldn't set foot here if I had a choice. Better to be a priest in some backwater than have a father like you.
How dare you?
You're as shit a father as I am a son. We've got nothing to blame each other for. And now let me speak to Older.
You're dishonoring your host.
I can't dishonor someone who has no honor. If you had any, you'd be...
That's enough.
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults. I challenge you to a duel.
I refuse to fight. I'm here as an envoy, not a jester.
You've got no other option. You insulted Father's honor.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for violence. I can have a word in private with Lord Odorin, the second, as he desires, and then...
Out of the question. This uncouth lout needs a lesson, and he's got plenty to learn from Christopher. By God's grace, I have at least one son I can be proud of.
You want satisfaction? You'll get nothing but shame, as always. Suit yourself, then. We'll fight. Come to the outer courtyard, but quietly. We don't have to put on a show for the crowd.
After you.
Well, that's that. Now, where were we?
Shouldn't we rather...
No, Christopher will sort it out, you'll see.
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back. That was sneaky.
Left arm lower. Look at my eyes, not at my sword.
Oof. Not bad for a priest.
Yeah.
That was sneaky.
With your leg.
You son of a bitch. Yeah.
Did they teach you that in the seminary?
Otherwise, the first strike will put you on your arse.
Not bad for a priest.
Something is up!
Oh! Christ! Sacre! You're fast.
Aim with your whole arm, not just your wrist! Cover your right side! You've got a gap there I can drive a car
Muito
through!
fácil, não tomei nenhum golpe.
My God. Where did you learn to wield a sword like that? Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer. That you could teach sword fighting in a school.
I was in a war, right after they kicked me out of the archbishopric. And you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults that Father sees are real.
Aye. Well, I apologize for going off like that. I had to, so that...
So Father would be satisfied. I know. Only he'll never be satisfied. The sooner you realize that, the better.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down. And he hoped at least his second would become something.
Not at all. I remember him the same since I was a nipper. When I was 6 years old, I fell off a horse and broke my leg. He wouldn't talk to me for a week because I'd let him down.
The first time he took me hunting, he let me starve for 3 days until I was able to shoot my first hare.
Only 3 days? He got soft.
I always wondered who you were. There was never much talk about you at home.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled and boozed until they threw me out of my own parish. But now, I have a chance to put things to rights a little.
And that's why you want to talk to Alder?
I've got to get him on our side and to cooperate with us.
Aren't we all on the same side?
Maybe everyone's saying that. But it's time to put it into action.
After your encounter with Father, it won't be easy to get to Alder. Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it. Unless you want to anger Father even more.
What else can I do, though?
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure. But you'll have to trust me. And tell me what it's all about.
All right, then. You've heard Yob's plan, right? It's a nice idea, but we can't wait around without an army to back us up.
Only no one's going to pay for one, because that would be an outright admission of rebelling against Sigismund.
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers who are loyal to Sigismund. If he agrees, they'll follow.
I expect Alder's not the only one you're after.
You got that right.
Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds sensible, and he's no fool.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime. Pa doesn't need to know about it.
You're starting to sound like a brother.
Muito bom, enfrentamos nosso irmão aí. Nossa, não tem nada a ver, né? O Golden é muito velho pra ser filho do outro velho. Sei lá, mano. Bem estranho, mas tudo bem. Vamos lá, tem que convencer 2 pessoas ainda. E o Kov. Viu? Assistiu. Ele assistiu o vídeo do deputado e as ucranianas lá. Engraçado. É engraçado, mano, mas é muito baixo, né, cara? É engraçado e muito baixo. Vou pegar o patinho de novo aqui. O patinho não aguentou aqui, a GPU peidou. Pronto. Tá, vambora. Vamos lá, tem que convencer mais pessoas aqui. Parece que o N tá aqui embaixo, ó. Calma aí. Ele tá travando de novo. O patinho tá travando tudo aqui, cara. Eu não consegui usar o patinho, vai ser ruim porque...
Sir Bocek, I need to speak with you for a moment.
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips and someone comes along to put a flea in his ear. Yobs comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes, and now you're all jostling to win me over for him.
On the contrary, I've come here with an idea how to improve it.
Does that improvement include a few thousand men at arms? If not, you can go to the devil with it.
A few thousand men at arms. And 100 horsemen on top. Only in order to get them, we need coin.
You've got my attention, but not my money yet.
Pera aí, deixa eu fazer um negócio aqui no patinho. Tem uma opção no patinho de você, em vez de usar a GPU, usar CPU. Deixa eu ver se eu acho aqui. Eu não tô achando. GPU preferida, automático. Só tem automático. É, não tô achando a opção de usar a CPU em vez de GPU. É, não vai ter jeito. Vou deixar sem patinho aqui nessa parte toda de conversa aqui. Acho que eu teria que desabilitar. É, mas aí vai virar uma bagunça aqui se eu fizesse isso. Depois eu vou tentar outro esquema para deixar mais leve a GPU. Já até sei o que fazer depois na próxima live. Vamos lá, vamos continuar essa conversa aqui então.
How can I persuade you? I need guarantees of security. I don't want to end up like Rutard.
Of course. Once it comes to protecting property, ideals go out the window.
You can talk, since you haven't got a pot to piss in yourself. If you were in my position, you'd think differently. I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, the Lord blessed me with a large family. I can't risk it all in a conflict with Sigismund.
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you openly oppose Sigismund.
My guarantee is called Yitka. She's my niece. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll have the certainty that I won't be left alone.
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable groom among the allies.
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also gladly accept. I don't want her to be unhappy.
Chamar o Lord Capon é muito mulherengo, né? Deixa eu ver, Liechtenstein.
I believe Liechtenstein is single.
And an uncertain party. Besides, he's inconvenient for Sigismund. Yitka could end up being a pawn to blackmail both of us.
Enquanto a mim.
How about young Lord Capon?
He's a youngster still.
He may be young, but he's got something between his ears. He's got battle experience. And when he gets the estate that's his by right, he'll be well secured for life.
If he gets it. Right now, Hanush lords over Achei and seems quite happy with that state of affairs. On the other hand, the lords of Lipa have a good reputation, and Hanush can always be relied on despite his temper. Maybe it's not such a bad idea.
So, will you support our plan?
You're selling the skin of a boar that's still grunting. First, I want a confirmation that the wedding will take place as soon as possible.
And what if Lord Capon refuses?
I don't care what the young lord thinks. Hanush is the one to decide. If he agrees, I'll be happy to support your plan.
Pushing a friend to tie the knot to save the kingdom. Things have come to a pretty pass.
The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice. Now stop dilly-dallying and go and tell Hanush.
Nossa. Que situação. Tá.
G'day, g'day.
Greetings to you, friend.
Vou fazer um teste aqui de uma coisa rapidão. Não mudou nada. Mudou nada em termos de FPS. Pera aí. Deixar no FSR que a qualidade fica melhor. Já que não mudou nada. Ficando melhor. Bom, vou falar com o Lord Capon pra ver o que acontece.
I've got some good news and some bad news for you.
The bad news is there's hardly any females in this whole damned place. There's some old bat standing there with 2 young girls, but she watches over them like a mother hen. So at least tell me the good news.
You're going to get married.
Good one. Is she at least pretty?
I don't know. I've never seen her.
You're really a barrel of laughs, Godwin. Wait till Hannah hears this. Now, enough nonsense. Let's have a drink to your health and my freedom.
I'd better slow down, or I won't live to see the morning.
Ah, what can one expect from a man of the cloth?
Meu Deus, isso não vai dar certo esse plano, mano. Esse plano não vai dar certo.
Take a look at that. A nightingale surrounded by hawks.
Job's the nightingale. He looks more like a wet hen to me.
It's quite unusual to see him cornered like this.
I'll bet my last groschen he's setting the stage for his final performance. I hope there'll be no singing. I've had a few nightingales and they all screeched like the devil.
Sir Hanush, I bring happy tidings.
You do? Let's hear it then.
Young Lord Capon is going to get married.
If he's got some impoverished noble's daughter pregnant, I'll have his hide. I'm not going to support some bastard.
You misunderstood my meaning. I was the one who arranged the betrothal. I mean, with your blessing.
You arranged a marriage for my ward? Just like that? With who?
With the niece of Sir Bushek, Lord of Kunstadt. Her name's Yidka.
Bushek of Kunstadt? The Bushek of Kunstadt? Godwin, you conniving old bastard!
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe it. So, young Hans is to marry Kunstadt's daughter?
Niece.
If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Rattay parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassa. Or what about a bishopric?
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying for a wedding. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself. But let's drink to it, shall we?
Cheers!
Cheers to you! And to your parlaying skills!
O Hanish gostou, mas o Capon não vai querer casar não, mano. Tá.
Well, I guess... Sir Bushek, your niece Yidka can start preparing for her wedding.
So Hanush agreed, without reservations.
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill my end of the bargain without reservation.
Thank you, Lord of Kunstadt.
Enough formality. We'll have a drink. What do you say?
Thank you, but I'd rather not drink. The evening has just begun.
Tá. Falta convencer só uma pessoa agora. Cadê? Não tem ícone. Deve ser essa aqui, ó.
God be with you, noble lady. There's something I'd like to ask of you.
God be with you. What would that be?
Your diplomatic support. And your money.
No beating around the bush, eh? I like that. But what do you want my money for?
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady. We need to gather enough resources to...
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford on his own?
Christ. Be praised. You're astute.
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money, and divining their intentions is a necessity. Although, between the two of us, it isn't hard to figure out what Liechtenstein is after.
How do you know Liechtenstein's behind it?
I know most of the people here very well. Many of them certainly have doubts about the Margrave's plans. But they wouldn't dream of stating them aloud. While it seems that Lord Liechtenstein, on the contrary, sees his opportunity.
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of this crowd.
Not only for people, but also for good food and wine. And beneficial deals.
Who did you learn from? In my experience, women usually learn other skills.
I acquired the basics from my husband. God rest his soul. And the rest I learnt quickly, as soon as others started sniffing around his estate. So, to the point. What is it that Liechtenstein wants from me?
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to parley more effectively with Sigismund.
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for help? Why should I, of all people, take the risk?
It's not only your money we're interested in. You're well able to negotiate and trade. And if you were to take part in our plan...
Then I'd be helpful to you on two fronts. If you want me to support you, you must give me a good reason. Perhaps a favor in return.
Do you have something in particular in mind?
Well, one of the guests here has something that shouldn't get into the wrong hands.
Who's that?
Harmon Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him, I would support your proposal.
Elisbeth, nosso membro, salve. Tá perto do fim, cara? Não sei. Eu não sei quantas missões tem. Eu não sei dizer, mano. Eu não faço a mínima ideia. Nicole Alexa, boa noite. Mascarado, se você terminar esse jogo aí antes do lançamento do Zoe, você não vai ter o que jogar, hein? Esse jogo aqui vai ter muita missão secundária, muita coisa pra fazer. Até lá a gente vai ter muita coisa pra se entreter aqui.
I'm supposed to rob an ally.
Harmon Alder was given the documents to deliver to the council. He hasn't yet had a chance to look at them, so he won't even notice the difference.
And these papers I'm supposed to switch, what do they concern?
My relatives somehow dug up some trade contracts between myself and certain undesirable parties.
You were dealing with the enemy.
They were not the enemy at the time. My conscience is clear, but I'll rest easier when those papers are in my hands.
And the papers I'm supposed to plant on Alder?
Just insignificant documents. If the incriminating ones disappeared without a trace, it would arouse suspicion.
All right, I'll help you. Or at least I'll give it a try.
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he left in the shed on the outer courtyard. Bring them to me, and put these there instead. But watch yourself. Odorim's groom has eyes everywhere.
Tá. Pra convencer ela, tem que fazer um favor também. Trocar uns papéis aqui, né?
Take a look at that. A nightingale surrounded by
What brings you here?
sei qual cavalo que é. Eu acho que eu vou ter que convencer o cara. Tá marcando pra cá, mano.
Huh? What? God bless.
Aren't you a bit bored?
What's your problem? The horses are fed and watered. I'm not idle.
God forbid. But standing around here must be a pain in the arse, no? You might get thirsty.
Not really. What of it?
Shall we roll some dice? I'm sure you can take a little breather, eh?
Well, all right. But just for a little while. I'll wait at the table over there.
Pronto. Só que eu vou ter que jogar dado com o cara, né? Senão ele vai desconfiar.
We'll see whose side luck is on today.
Like this.
Esse cara tirou... Nossa. Já era.
That's what I call a lucky hand. Come to Papa. I won.
Não tem problema não. É só pra distrair ele mesmo.
Those papers from Alder for you.
Quiet! You don't have to announce it to everyone.
Lady, with all the clamor going on here, I can hardly hear my own thoughts. Here they are.
You're more capable than I expected. Thanks for the help.
You're welcome. And now you're part of the bargain.
As agreed. I will support Liechtenstein's proposal with both words and money.
Thank you, noble lady. God will...
Yes, quite. But let's drink to our bargain, Godwin.
How could I refuse a toast with such a fine lady? To your health, Lady Anna.
And to the success of our efforts.
Acho que agora tem que falar com o Liechtenstein.
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblets to the successful conclusion of the negotiations.
Is this supposed to be your secret weapon?
Like I said, miracles happen where you least expect them. Tell me, Godwin of the House of Odorin, what news do you bring us?
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow of Waldstein and Sir Bojek of Kunstad will support our cause.
Both of them? Good heavens, what did you promise them?
This is going to be a long story, and I could use a drink. So if you'll excuse me, my lords?
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes! And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
Yes! The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslaus, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Caraca, mano, destruiu o cara. Acabou a vida dele. Acabou as farras.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
Só tem uma pessoa triste aí. Todo mundo feliz e uma pessoa triste. Adivinha quem? Enquanto isso, em Kuttenberg, o Henry tá pensando assim, poxa, eu podia colocar um fim em tudo agora. Envenenar o
After we
vinho.
conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein to do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wenceslas' side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rebel get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants! Chicken shits! Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
I apologize, sire. I'll do everything in my power to...
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore placed the City Council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Marquardt.
Viva o rei Sigismundo.
And speak candidly.
Cara, não tinha como envenenar, mano. Ó, jogava um veneno aqui, pá. Dava ali, pá. Já era, acabava a guerra. Já subia as letras, né? Ó, não tem opção de colocar veneno ou algo do tipo. Também tem um guarda me olhando ali assim parar.
If he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling.
Caraca, eu peguei o vinho vermelho, mas eu tava colocando bem na hora que ele falou qual vinho que era, né? Se tivesse colocado o vinho errado, já era.
And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anywhere. The nobility found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves. Jobs does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities. And get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Marquardt. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king. You did a good job, waiter. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, Your Majesty.
Aí agora.
We need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the council was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Rabush. Alderin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Oderlin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosh will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No, we shall have white. We have had enough of red.
White it is. Quickly! If Rabush falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
But to bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
Muito bom. Aquela noite na fortaleza de Robosh. Nisso a reunião tá lá, né? E o exército de Von Berg tá indo pra lá, né? Eu não sei se o pessoal ainda tá lá, como é que vai ser. Mas vai dar uma merda bem grande, né? Se todos os lords estiver lá ainda. O cara vai pra lá e não leva os soldados pra defender nem nada. Vai dar muito ruim.
You in need of something, my wild friend?
I'd like to drink a toast
Todo mundo bêbado, mano.
to our joint success. As they say, all's well that ends well. So, to brighter tomorrows.
Touching.
Come now. What's become of your poetic soul?
I never had one.
Truly? Not even a little?
Oh, maybe once. The older I get, the worse it is. Give me a few more years and I'll become a professional mourner.
See now. I'll gladly drink to that with you. Only there's nothing to drink. We've run dry. Fuck.
I've got a tongue like a slice of weak old bread after all that gabbing.
Well, get something wet for us then.
His lordship is so unsteady on his legs, he can't make it as far as the keg.
To hell with that keg slop. Your father surely has something better stored away. I had my eye on him all evening. He had pictures brought from somewhere for himself and his closest friends, and left the rest of us to drink cheap dregs. Try and find one of those pictures for us, eh? I'm sure you can manage that.
You can bet on it. I've got a nose for booze.
I don't doubt.
Nossa, umas missões nada a ver, mas vai ter uma treta tão grande aqui, mas tão grande. Nossa, mas vai dar muito ruim.
Forget it.
Come on. We came here for the feast anyway.
What's that over there? I'm filled with grief.
Soldado soltou um pum aqui, mano. Vocês ouviram aí no vídeo?
May her marriage to Lord Capon bring her.
They're young. They'll have plenty of time to cultivate that habit.
Well, the groom isn't looking too happy at the moment.
I wouldn't worry about it if I were you, my lady.
How come you're still here, sir? Weren't you supposed to travel with Sir Hanush? Raise an army, prepare a wedding feast and all that?
All hail Jobst. He sorted out things here nicely. He got my money for a start, and that's more than I wanted to give him. But you know how it goes. Give them a finger. I explained to the Margrave that I'm not going anywhere, and I sent my captain with him. He's still young and full of piss and vinegar. I'm too old and fond of my...
Did you at least discuss with...
Nothing to discuss. It'll be at our castle, Potch. It's the pride of our family. We can fit in 3 times more people than here.
But there are 2 castles in Rattay. I'd bet my right arm old Hanush will want to have the wedding there.
What? In Rattay? Well, I ought to look...
Deal with him yourself, though. I won't be your gent's messenger.
Eu acho que a treta vai começar quando eu completar essas missõezinhas bestas aí. Eu tenho que falar com algumas pessoas aqui.
Having a good time? It's a fucking bore. These old farts here have no...
Well, what are you missing? There's wine, food.
I'd rather have a...
How'd you like her wine, Chivali?
The art of winemaking has a long tradition in recipes are passed on from father to son. I myself was practically even the French royal court. The king himself had wine delivered.
No one's forcing you to drink it. At least there'll be more left.
Indeed. En tout cas, judging by how you speak to me, you said... Give me
Bom, falei com todo mundo, fora só esse C aí. Como que eu vou achar esses vinhos?
Let's drink and be merry. What do you say? Good habit.
De novo. Acho que é o Goodwin que tá fazendo isso. Droga.
But when it comes to affairs of state, Dad, I couldn't resist it either. The sausage is what it was.
Era pra ser aqui, cara. Barril de vinho.
Good day. What would you like?
Sorry, I don't want to
What do you think? A fortress full of hungry mouths and half...
Where might I find the really...
Why? You don't like the stuff...
It's not for me. One of the
Aha. If you go down the cellar stairs, it's Lord Odorin's...
Tá. Tá lá mesmo. Mas eram umas jarras na mesa. Essa daqui, ó. Não. Cadê, meu Deus? Aqui. Vou pegar. Aí, isso aqui deu. Ó, peguei foi uma pera.
Everybody likes a drop of white.
Ó, vai começar a cutscene, hein?
There's a piece of horse flesh for you, Rootard. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you feed it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of the fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. Wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to the celebration, you old fox.
Tá muito ruim, cara. Vai dar muito.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty. Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest!
Cacete.
Jesus! They're surrounding Christopher. He can't make it on his own.
Yeah! Don't spare it! You Fight them up!
Vampiro running up and get himself.
Hey! Get him! I took him down! Can't take
Bad.
Not dead, fucker!
Not one step back. Stand your ground.
Show what you mean!
But you're a
Caraca, eu tô apertando o botão e não vai, mano. Cutscene. O Henrique rasgou na reta pra lá, né? Fala sério. Palhaçada.
Show what you made of! Keep it up!
Ganhei uma.
That was a close shave. A little too close. Oh, fuck me. Do my eyes deceive me? Henry!
Godwin!
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Is everyone alright?
Well, some are, some aren't.
They captured Odorin, Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Conrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father? And Hanush?
They left with Yobs long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but not everyone was so lucky.
What happened, Godwin? Who died?
Anna of Waldstein. She didn't stand a chance against those butchers. May she rest in peace.
She was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And they almost killed my brother. But only almost. Good luck.
What do you mean, almost? What happened?
I got there in time to help him, fortunately. Christopher tried to defend our father, but nearly lost his life doing it. For nothing.
Old grievances aside, Odorin is an ally, the same as Rutard and Botchek.
Oh, they all have their quirks. Cousin Botchek's a money-grabbing magpie. Then I won't give up on the fucker either. We'll have to wait for the other side's move anyway. We don't even know where von Berghow took them.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you, but von Berghoff's people beat me here.
You knew he was coming.
He wanted Odorin. He probably had no idea they'd find most of Sigismund's enemies here in one place.
I bet he couldn't believe his fucking luck.
And Sigismund will be moving at a gallop. We have to be really careful now. One wrong move, and he'll hang the lords.
Is there anything we can do?
Definitely not right now. We'll treat the wounded, bury the dead, get the hell out of here. Then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Jobst and his army.
If I survive the journey... Oh, God's teeth. That stupid nag nearly broke me in half.
The king announced one more thing at the council. He asked the councillors to ransack the Jewish quarter. That is, he ordered it, more like.
Fuck!
Liechtenstein's got his people there. They could reveal a lot.
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall. At least he's safe here.
They're our allies. We have to help them.
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is lucky to be still breathing. I can just see them all jumping to their feet and rush to save their poor Jews.
Maybe Samuel will figure something out. He wanted to talk to you anyway.
He's here too?
Aye, escorting the rabbi. You should go and see them as soon as possible. And tell Liechtenstein too.
Anyway, we've got work to do. Godwin?
Give me a moment. I'll go and see Christopher first. Guard the walls until...
Caraca, muita treta, né, mano? Ó, tem bastante loot aqui, né, cara? Eu tô com tanto dinheiro que eu não sei se precisa de dinheiro ainda. Tem que contar que eu tô já com 1000 de peso, né? Já tô no limite já.
Good to see you both. Alive.
Oh, come on. You know I've walked out of much worse scrapes laughing.
They could well have killed us all. If it hadn't been for you, Henry, von Berkhoff could have caused a lot more harm.
Von Aulitz surprised even Sigismund with that. You should have seen the look on the king's face when he told him.
Well, thank God we all survived.
Well, not all of us. They killed Lady Anna of Volstein and many other nobles. It was slaughter.
And they captured our closest and most influential allies. Without them, we can hardly get the burghers on our side. We're stuck.
We'll figure out a way to help them.
But how? Our plans are ruined.
Get a grip. Whining doesn't help anyone.
You're right. When I drink too much wine, I get overwhelmed with self-pity. Nevertheless, I have to admit it can't get much worse.
Actually, it might. And very soon. At Sigismund's council, an order was given to ransack the Jewish quarter.
God's wounds! We need to get back to the city and warn them.
I'm going with you.
Out of the question. Do you want to end up imprisoned again? You'll be more useful if you stay here and help Shishka. Henry, tell Samuel and the rabbi to get ready to travel. I'll try to get someone else to join.
Vamos lá, né? Avisar o Rabino sobre outra treta que vai ter, mano. É uma treta atrás da outra, que a gente chegou num momento cheio de treta, né?
You did.
Sam, I need to have a word with you.
Uh-huh. That makes two of us.
Just tell him. You may not get another chance.
I talked to Godwin. He said you know each other?
What did you talk about? Me?
We talked about your stepfather, Martin.
Why? Neither of you knew him.
It's true, I did not. But I tried many times. Remember how I stared at your sword when we first met? I recognized the Master's symbol engraved there. Well, the thing is, I am Martin's son.
What? Pa's son? How did...
Yes, his son. That is, his bastard son.
Why are you even telling me this?
I thought you would want to know. Martin was raising you instead of being with Mother and me.
I know what it's like. My real father rejected me too. I learned the truth only after Pa's death.
You know, all my life, I thought if I did not give a shit about that man, it would be easier. But now that I know I will never see him, it troubles me that I did not get to know him.
I can tell you about him if you want. But now is not the right time. This is not the end. We have to go to Kuttenberg, now. Sigismund ordered confiscation of the property of people in the Jewish quarter.
The king has approved Achei.
He's no king to me. He's a fucking whoreson.
What's a Gezerah?
That is hard to explain.
Nonsense. It is as clear as day. Christians set out to kill our people. Innocent and often defenseless. Ransack their houses and divide the loot. And all that with the king's blessing.
This is what we were afraid of. But we did not expect Sigis. We need to get back into the city. And will you come with us, Henry? Every man counts.
I'll come. And Liechtenstein already knows about it too.
Very well. We should get going right away.
Let's not waste time.
Ah, era pra mim ter trocado de armadura antes. Já foi.
Thank God you're all right. On the way here, I saw Sigismund horsemen and feared the worst.
Kubienka, what brings you here?
Well, I heard you were having some kind of a feast here, so I came to grab a bit of meat. And I see, instead of that, you have a massacre here.
Well, the real massacre is yet to come if we don't do something fast. We have to get to Kuttenberg. Can we borrow the wagon you arrived on?
But of course. I borrowed it too, if you know what I mean, but,
Could you stop blabbering already? We don't have the time.
Easy, Ingele. And you, sir, if you can, come with us and help us.
All right. But could you please tell me what the fuck is going on?
I'll explain to you on the way. Time is running out.
Are you coming too?
Of course.
Do you think that's a good idea? No offense, sir, but you're no great warrior.
I'm not. But I'm not just going to sit here and wait, either.
All right, then. Let's go.
Sentindo que esse Liechtenstein vai de F, mano. Certeza, ó. Coloquei a armadura certa agora. E vambora. O cara vai de carroça, vai demorar o dobro do tempo ou o triplo do tempo, né? Acho que não tem cavalo pra todo mundo, né?
Peresh, can we go any faster?
Settle down, son. If you must keep your tongue busy, then use it to pray.
Would you tell me what the fuck is going on already?
Sigismund ordered an attack on the Jewish quarter. We need to get everyone out of there fast.
Bloody hell. I just got ailed up so nicely today.
Oh, that is just great. My mother's life is in the hands of a drunkard.
Don't you worry. These are some sturdy hands. I promise we will save you, Ma. No one will touch a single hair on her beautiful head.
What the hell are you babbling about?
What? Oh, I'm imagining she's pretty. It makes me more willing to put my neck on the line for her.
Stop with the nonsense already. All of you, I beg you.
Jesus. I was just trying to lighten the mood. We might all kick the bucket in a short while. Well, what about you, Henry? Why are you so quiet?
You should give it a try yourself. You might get a taste for it.
Fine, then. Let's all sit here with our mouths shut for the entire trip, aye? Anyway, can't you make the horses go a little faster, Grandpa? If this carries on, somebody's going to start sobbing.
We really should pick up the pace.
All right. Schnell! Schnell!
Bom, viagem rápida lá. Estamos indo pra Kuttenberg pra ver se a gente salva os judeus lá. Sigismund mandou dar um fim, né? Vai ser outra treta bem gigante, né? Olha o tamanho da viagem, mano. É louco.
What's the matter? Why are we stopping?
We will walk from here. We cannot drive right into those murderers' arms.
But how do we get into the town then?
We will go through Sheol.
There are many abandoned mine shafts under the town. One of them ends here.
Won't it collapse on our heads?
We'll find out soon.
Follow me.
What a blessing it is to have found the passageway. We all would, lad, but it has been decided as punishment for our...
Cara andando lá e eu luteando aqui. Não tem nada de bom. Deixa eu ver se o patinho vai funcionar agora. Com o OBS tá difícil, o OBS tá pesando pra caramba aqui. Mas eu tirasse a webcam, né? Que aí seria o broadcast a menos, né? Algo da NVIDIA a menos.
I must have just imagined it. Let's keep moving.
Ó, passei de 30 FPS pra 80, patinho. Bora, cara. Ué, eu tô seguindo vocês,
We
mano.
should split up here. Me and the rabbi will go this way to the shul. We have to take the Torah and warn everyone.
What about us?
You keep going straight ahead and then to the left. You'll get right to the King Solomon Tavern. Gather up all the secret documents and wait for us.
Shouldn't someone come with you, just in case? How about Kubienka here? Henry and I can handle it.
Well, if you insist.
Was that all the contempt you could muster up?
Well, good luck. We'll see you up there.
Follow me. Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stack of my papers in the tavern. And if they fall
O
into
cara vai andando,
Sigismund's
mano. Era pra sair
hands...
correndo. Será que eu sou obrigado a seguir ele? Porque às vezes pode dar ruim.
Hopefully
Tá?
we'll find it quickly.
Se eu correr, ele corre. Agora pra qual lado?
Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stack of my papers in the tavern. And if they fall into Sigismund's hands, people in other towns will die. Damn it!
What's the matter?
The door leading up to the tavern is open. Samuel's men wouldn't have left it like this. Somebody else must have got in.
I'll go upstairs and see if anyone is still there.
I hope so. If they took anything from down here, they mustn't get... I'll gather up my things in the meantime. I'll meet you...
Jogo salvo. É, eu nem posso roubar porque eu tô com... Cadê a porta? Isso aqui. Caraca, todo mundo tá morto.
Never saw him come out.
Show what you're made of!
Fuck you!
Nossa, que fácil.
Baruch Hashem, Henry. You're all right.
Sam, you're back already? How does it look outside?
A few of the cutthroats got in over the walls, but we dealt with them. But there are more outside the gate.
4 of them were here in the tavern too.
Fortunately, they didn't take anything important. But your friends paid for it with their lives.
What?
I'm so sorry. If it's any consolation, Henry here has already taken care of those cutthroats.
But they didn't look like they just came to the tavern by chance. Eric must have sent them. What about your mother? Is she all right?
She is, thank God. I told her to get ready, and we would come for her right away.
All right, we got what we came for, so we better get out of here, eh?
I'm sure Mum is waiting for us. We have to take her to the shul.
You go ahead. I'll lock the tavern and block the secret passageway so no one else can get in.
But sir, if any more of them come here,
I can take care of myself. Now go. God be with you.
Liechtenstein vai de F, mano. Vamos ver.
Come on, Henry. Bring Ma.
Cadê sua mãe? Ué?
What's the matter? Where's Sam?
Don't worry, ma'am. He sent me to take you to him.
Mein Gott, what happened to him?
Nothing. He's out on the street helping the wounded. Let's go now. We're out of time.
Wait! Who are you anyway?
My name is Henry. I'm, Do you remember Martin, the blacksmith?
Of course I do.
I'm his... son.
Was sagst du?
Sam told me that...
Watch out! More are coming! Run to the back, it might be safer there!
What's going on?
Sam, are you all right?
I'm fine, but we will talk when you are safe. Now run!
We have to get to the synagogue. But how?
Through the backyard. Follow me.
Come on, then!
Watch out! They're shooting at us! From the ramparts! Get rid of them! Baruch Hashem, they're gone. We have to keep going.
Peraí, tem mais um ali.
That is you that live. Can you help them?
Da manhã. Ferrou.
We cannot get past the wagon. We have to go this way. Through the house.
Hey!
E agora?
Come on!
What the hell?
What is it, fuckers? Rather slaughter women and the defenseless?
Let's go! What's going on up there?
Go inside. Quick. To the fucking task.
I've never been so glad to see you two.
In need of a helping hand, are you?
No, I just don't want to die here alone.
There they are.
Plantinha.
Well, now we're really fucked.
Mustn't get inside. We have to hold them back. For how long, though? As long as we need to.
Olha o tanto.
I'll be done with you in a flash. Punch him on the head. Take that. Yeah. Two bloods. Yeah. I'm bleeding. I'll crucify you. No.
Está muito.
This is for our Lord.
Blood. Not enough? Come on, then. I did not it. You die! Bad. Be with him! I'm leaving you! Don't spare him! Take that, you faker! You can't stand up to this! Yeah! Waste my head!
Esse tamanho.
Come on! Everyone's inside!
Come on! Let's go!
God mogen meer.
Let's go. It's this way.
Damn. That was a close shave.
Caraca, quase morri, mano. Deixa eu colocar um... Tem um remédio aqui.
I reckon I should go to Samuel's mother and talk to her about Martin. I won't get another chance.
Agora é conversar, né? E, galera, vou terminar esse episódio aqui. Foi frenético, não deu nem pra parar, foi muita conversa e tal e etc. E a gente vai continuando essa treta toda, tem muita... Nossa, a gente tá num momento cheio de treta, mano. E a gente continua amanhã, beleza? Provavelmente amanhã de manhã. Então vai emendar, né? O povo dorme com mascarado, acorda com mascarado, vai apanhar com mascarado. Tanta live, né? Mas a gente vai adiantar essa história aqui que tá maravilhosa, mano. Um grande abraço pra todo mundo, valeu. Não esqueça o like. E like ajuda demais. E até amanhã. Uma boa noite pra todos aí. Tem um monte de comentário aqui. Não, do Johnny Smith, né? Vamos junto.
Lá no canal, essa diversão. O mascarado sempre na missão. Com suas dicas e gameplays, leva a galera nas ondas da vez. Ele é o rei do single player, ensina truques que ninguém vai saber. Comentários afiados e informação. O mascarado sem comparação. Mascarado show, no controle ele mandou. Gameplays de tirar o chapéu, no YouTube ele é fiel. Ao vivo ou gravado é sensacional, cada vídeo é um show especial. O mascarado é mestre em ação, cada jogada vira uma missão. Do FPS ao RPG, o mascarado sabe o que fazer. No mapa ele é o melhor, desde o começo até o final. Mascarado show, no controle ele mandou. Gameplays de tirar o chapéu, no YouTube ele é fiel. Ele é o rei do single player, ensina truques que ninguém vai saber. Comentários afiados e informação, o mascarado sem comparação. Mascarado show,